may notice the apron's a little different today. Today's episode is going to be featuring the Fresh Market. It's a grocery store chain that is here in my town. You can look for it in your town, and I'll list here on this screen all the places you can find it. It is a wonderful place. It's the cleanest store I've ever been in. Has wonderful products, and today we're going to be featuring their brand products in a recipe that I'm going to make featuring chicken cooked with capers and artichokes. It's a wonderful dish. It's not as hard as it sounds, and it's very easy to make, and the Fresh Market provides all the ingredients you're going to need for something like that. We're going to kind of show you what I've gotten from the Fresh Market today. One of the things, and we'll have to cook this first, is they have wonderful bacon there. This is an Applewood bacon. Today I am using pork bacon. I'm going to use this in two dishes that I'm going to be making here on Heck Yeah You Can Cook. I'll prepare this in just a minute and have it set aside for us. We also have some of the Fresh Market brand olive oil. Their capers. This is a very important part of the dish. We have their seasoning. This is a Mediterranean citrus seasoning. It's very, very good. They have Fresh Market artichokes. We're going to be having the olives. These are actually going to be part of the side for this dish. Their Italian blend premium shredded cheese, Fresh Market brand. Basil from Fresh Market. Alright, this Fresh Market brand mushrooms. I will say the produce you get at Fresh Market lasts twice as long as other stores that you may get it from. Fresh Market has wonderful chicken breast. This is going to be a boneless chicken breast. If you go on certain days of the week and check their ads, it's half price. So this was very reasonable. This was $6 for, I believe, just over 2 pounds. It's very, very reasonably priced on a very high quality cut of meat. Just have to go on the special day that they have it. This is called Lacinato Kale, Italian kale, black cabbage. The only store I've ever been able to find it at is the Fresh Market. You can see the high quality of this, and this is going to be going into the dish as well. I'll come back, show you how to prepare the dish. It's really, these ingredients are all found at Fresh Market. It is really not that difficult of a dish to make. It is a very Italian type of dish. Comes out light, very fragrant, very flavorful. And we'll have that for you in just a second here on Heck Yeah. Well, I forgot to mention two other important ingredients. Part of what we're making here is the quinoa. And the quinoa is also the organic brand from Fresh Market. And I'm also going to be using some Petite diced tomatoes canned from Fresh Market as well. Left those two magical ingredients off here as well. When we get back, we'll show you us putting them together. Thank you.
The first step in this recipe is that you're going to need to cook 3 slices of the thick cut bacon. We're going to use this in a little bit, so I just want to show you, get your largest frying pan you have. You're actually going to be doing this a couple things in the frying pan. I just want to go ahead and show that for you right now. Get that sizzling going, get that bacon cooked before you go to the next step.
We've got the bacon finishing up over here. I'll let it cook just a little bit longer. We've gotten the grease ready from it. We're going to be searing our chicken in just a second over there. Here I've got the chicken breasts. Just want to notice it's on the marble cutting board. I've cut them into in half. So now we have 8 pieces. And before we sear them, we're going to put them on, season them lightly. Now this Mediterranean blend does not have salt, so I just a pinch of salt across the top. And then the Fresh Market brand Mediterranean citrus blend. So there's 2 sides to every story. Okay, that was bad. I'm on this, that was bad. And salt both sides. Once again, the reason I like using pink Himalaya, you can see where it's going. We're going to stop the video here, come back and watch us sear it, set it aside, and then we're going to show the putting it together in the end reduction, and then bring it all together as the main dish. Thank you. Okay, as you can see, step 1, we're going to get the bacon out. We're going to be using this in the dish as we finish. See, we've got that wonderful pork fat grease in there. Now we're going to bring over the chicken and add it right into that. We're going to brown this chicken on all four sides. Chicken doesn't have four sides. On both sides, and then we will let it set to rest. Chicken will cook some more, so the object here is to kind of sear in that flavor and brown it slightly, where it's just still pink on the inside, as it's going to finish in a little while back together. Looks like we're about ready. Take the brown chicken off. Like I said, we're not serving the chicken like this. This is just step one of the process. As you see, you've got your pan nice and hot now. I turn it down a little bit, try to get it to stop boiling. Still got that bacon fat. Now you've got chicken fat in there that's already seasoned. This is when I add the mushrooms. I'm going to let those cook down. We add the artichokes, and I do not take the brine out. Add the tomatoes. You can see how pretty this dish is coming together. And then I add 2 tablespoons of the capers with the juice. Stir this together. Turn up the heat to about 4. We're going to allow this to simmer for about 5 minutes to try to remove some of the moisture. Meanwhile, you're going to want to take the bacon. It's cooled now. You want to break it up into bits. We're going to be adding this back to the dish. Take that big, thick, center cut bacon, bring the bacon up. You want to do the same thing to the basil. So now you're going to have your bacon and your basil ready to go. Now you're going to take your black cabbage, Italian kale, Lacinato kale, all the different names for it. Okay, we'll take the back end off. And I simply make this into shreds such as this. Heat turned up to about 6 or 7. Stir it through. This is going to make some magic happen here. Take and place your chicken inside this. Nestle it in there. Your bacon and your basil right on top. Put a lid on this. You're going to let that work its magic for about 8 minutes. Now meanwhile, that's simmering over there for about 8 minutes. Time to get the quinoa started. Now, the secret of this, and you're going to follow the directions, is they want 2 cups of water, which is fantastic. However, with the 2 cups of water, I'm going to add, if you remember, don't pour out the chicken grease and fat that you cooked in, and we're going to add that right into this water as well. It says add butter, but we're going to add that instead. Right there where the chicken rested, we're going to put that in there. We're going to heat that, and at this time, I take a little bit of this Mediterranean spice and I put it in there. Good pinch in there. And of course, a pinch of salt. We're going to heat that, follow the directions for the quinoa, and then we'll have it prepared to use as part of the dish. Alright, the timer's gone off. We have let it simmer with the lid on for about 8 minutes. See the, oh, it smells so good, folks. Right. Fresh basil worked in there. Now that we've got that cooking, we're going to add a little bit of the Lacinato Kale, a little bit of the thyme, let it cook into it. So you get it to soften, put it back in batches. On the last batch, add the rest of your seasoning. As you can see now, we've gotten the kale to soften. At this point in time, I remove the chicken again. But don't worry, it's coming back together shortly. And we're going to allow this to cook and simmer for about 5 minutes, about 3 more minutes. And while it's in that process, we're going to add just a handful of that wonderful Italian cheese blend. We allowed the simmering to go on probably more like 8 or 9 minutes while the quinoa finished cooking. So I want to show you how to plate this dish. It is a beautiful, beautiful dish. And you know, it's something I just really enjoy making. You take the quinoa, make a little bed. Alright? This has been flavored and seasoned already. And then you're going to take your chicken, and like I said, we cut it into 4 pieces, and this is why. You can see you can even it out and make beautiful. See how you did that? And then I add, at that point in time, the vegetables, the artichokes, you lay it on top. Make a very appealing dish. All this made by Fresh Market products. And then I take a few olives, I sprinkle them on the side for garnish. Take some of the Italian cheese blend, right on top. There you have it. I'll have a close-up picture of it for you. A little trick when you're plating, the pinch of thyme nearby, just a little extra juice. Serve this with some good bread, Italian bread, and soak up the juice around it. And if you have any leftover of the vegetables, you can always use that later on, add it to some rice during the week. Hope everybody enjoyed it. It's really, it looks like a lot, but it's not. It's a very simple recipe. Anybody can do this, because heck yeah, you can cook. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Remember, the recipe is in the description. And please check out our other videos. And please go visit our friends at The Fresh Market near you. Everyone have a great day.